Hello, hello, and welcome back to Mindfully Rich Podcast, your weekly look at life and finances with a twist where we talk about improving your overall relationship with money and building better financial habits to increase your financial freedom in life. On each episode, I'll discuss real situations and give y'all practical advice to apply in your financial life. The point of this podcast is to help you enhance your financial behaviors to keep you financially healthy so you don't end up broke. I'm the creator and host, Richie. Now let's get into today's conversation. What's up, y'all? We back for another episode 47, might I add. Okay, look at the consistency going on here. Okay, your girl is getting it over here. So thank y'all once again for listening. All of the listens. I mean, y'all, look, the listens is all the way up right now. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Y'all obviously are out there sharing, and I appreciate that. So keep share. Keep that up. Listen. Gotta say it 3 times, okay? Especially if you feel like these episodes like resonate with you. That's the thing I hear most is that people are like, I like your podcast because I can relate to that. So if you find these episodes to be relatable, please make sure you're sharing with others because I be dropping some gems, okay? And I've been in my topic bag. I've been giving y'all some real topics that apply to our everyday life. So thank y'all once again for listening. Truly appreciate that. If you haven't checked out last week's episode, you're going to have to go ahead after this episode. Don't leave. You're going to have to go ahead and go back. Check that one out. I didn't forget what I talked about, so I can't even tell you what the name of it was. Oh, nope. I remember. Rent increases and what I did so that my rent didn't go up the 17.1% that it was supposed to increase to. And if you listen to the episode, you'll get a chance to see what I negotiated it down to. So go ahead, make sure you check out that episode at your own convenience, preferably after this episode. Come on now, keep the listens going. Let's go. All right. And so I just want to put a prayer up for Houston, not just Houston, the whole state of Texas. Y'all know my love and affinity for the city of Houston, okay? My best friend of 31 years, Reese, is out there, and y'all, they've been going through it. If you haven't been looking at the news, they're going through a winter storm that, for the most part, think of it like this. Texas isn't one of those states that's like used to the cold, like, say, my hometown of Chicago is, or say a Colorado, or places that are used to experiencing such cold weather, storms, snow, all of the things, right? And so they going through it. And so I just want to put a prayer up, because I've been sending my prayers to the people in Houston, also the people all around the U.S. that are going through these storms. Like I just learned today that it's not just in Texas. So Lord, just stretch your hands all over the U.S., especially down in Texas, because I see what they're going through. Pipes bursting, water damage. No, I mean, y'all, I don't even know what I would do if I had to go without having electricity, heat, water for several days, y'all. That's a big thing. So, Lord, stretch your hands out. I just ask that you put your favor, you give them your grace, your mercy. Lord God, protect everyone. Okay, in Jesus' name. Okay, look, I'm a hood evangelist, so I want to make sure that I'm covering all those that need to be covered at this moment. Okay, so that's our church moment. All right. I think I got my cash app for the collection plate, just in case if anybody wanted to go ahead and do that. Bless a sister. I'm just playing unless you serious. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move into our mindful money moment for this week. And y'all, I am talking about 24 things that I don't buy cheap. So y'all, I've lived a lot of life and have lots of experiences to know that there are certain things that if you purchase them cheap, you're going to spend way more money replacing them. So you might as well not even purchase them cheap. Okay. That's what I do here. I want to make sure that I'm helping y'all save. We got the savings challenge. We're going to talk about that a little later, but I want to help you save. So these things may seem like they're expensive for the first price tag that you're looking at. But overall, if you purchase these things cheap, you're going to spend more money in the end. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. The first thing I don't buy cheap is hair. I do not buy cheap hair. Listen, listen, okay? I've lived a lot of life. And I've had some cheap hair. I didn't have some cheap ponytails. I didn't have some cheap. Y'all, look, I've did it before. Okay, it don't look good. It don't blend with nothing. It don't feel like nothing. So if I'm going to put extra hair in my head, okay, it has to be good hair. Good hair, good wigs, all of the things, okay? That's another thing. I also don't get cheap hairstylists. Now, when I say cheap hairstylists, I don't just go for the person who just learned how to start doing said style. I go to the experts. I gotta see they done been in the game, okay? And they done did some heads, okay? I'm not 1 through 10 head that they just not doing, okay? So I don't get cheap hair, nor do I spend money with a cheap hairstylist, okay? Number 2 thing that I don't buy cheap is skincare. I do not play about my skin, okay? My skin is fabulous, okay? I got the great genes, okay? Rennie, mama, she gave me great genes, okay? And so my skin is beautiful, but I got to make sure that I'm keeping this thing up. And so I buy and will purchase expensive, well, not expensive, I'm going to say good skincare. It has to be good skincare, proven skincare. I don't just go out and just purchase anything just because you can't do that with faces. Our faces are different, right? And so they're going to react to different products. So someone may be able to just go out and get black soap and it work for your face, just because I know quite a few people who are able to just do that. My best friend, she don't need nobody's expensive skincare. Her face is just beautiful with just say like black soap. Okay? Me, I can't do that because I don't get the results that I'm looking for. So for me, I don't purchase cheap skincare. Okay? The next thing that I don't purchase cheap is body wash. Okay? I am an ancient cosmetics girl. Okay? Do you hear me? I love me some ancient cosmetics. Okay? Just because it feels good. It feels great on my skin. And so that's just a me thing. Now, y'all may be like, well, you're not going to get the Walmart brands and all that other stuff. To me, it don't feel like it's doing nothing. That's just me. And so that's the reason why I like particular body wash to use on my body when I'm washed. I mean, y'all, look, I'm particular. Okay, so this, like I said, this is a me thing. These are the things I don't buy cheap. Okay. So number 4, the 4th thing that I don't purchase cheap is bras. Okay, look. Titties got to be right. Do y'all hear me? Okay, I got a good set. I will tear a bra up if it's not what it needs to be. So yes, my bras may run anywhere between $30, $40, $50 sometimes because I want them to be built to last like Ford. Like them got to be some good bras. They got to hold up some titties, okay? So I want the good bras. Do you hear me? All right. So the 5th thing that I don't buy cheap is clothes, specifically pants. All right, y'all. I'm thick. Thick. All right. And so when my thighs rub together, they will start a fire on some pants. Okay. I kid you not. New York and Company is one of my favorite stores, y'all. I have been shopping there since I was a kid. When I say kid, meaning teenager. And that was when they were learner. Right? So all of my people who shop at New York and Company, y'all know what I'm talking about. And so I love their pants, but I want to say it had to be about a good 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. They came out with some pants that were a little thinner, right? Different for New York and Company, but they were some good pants. I mean, they made me look good, okay? Legs, thighs, butt, everything set up really good, right? But these pants in the middle, I would like tear up the whole middle of the pants with my thighs. I told y'all, I start fire with these thunder thighs, okay? And so I had a good 5-6 pair of these pants that the whole middle of the pants came out, right? Like literally pants was intact, but just the middle inside by my legs, I had took the whole middles out with my thighs. And so I learned that I can't get these pants anymore. I can't. I have to ensure that I get a good pair of pants because I know my thighs will tear them up, tear the club up on some pants, okay? And so let me tell y'all this, though. I've been shopping at New York and Company so long. Like, I've had a credit card with them since I was 18. y'all. And so when I ripped the middles of the pants out, like I swore it was just the pants because I was like, I done bought several jeans from New York and Company, and those was the only ones that did that. And I think it was just because it was a different type of material they was using during those years. I don't know what it was. They let me take all them jeans back and get more. That's why I love me some New York and Company. So I can't buy cheap pants. I'm just letting you know. I don't like cheap stuff just because it's going to tear up anyway. The only cheap clothes that I buy is like your whole clothes. Okay. You know, the clothes that you going out, you need to look extra good, but you got to have like skin out. I buy cheap those clothes because you know what? I'm going to wear this maybe once or twice and then get another fit. So it's cool. Okay. So the sixth thing that I don't buy cheap is shoes. Let me tell y'all a story. I had to be about maybe 17 or 18, and I told y'all about my best friend, Reese. We've been friends for 31 years, 31 years, okay, y'all? And so we was in high school, and she had let me use a pair of her shoes. Like I wore a pair of her shoes, right? Her heels, right? So I'm at work, I'm in these heels, and I'm stunning, thinking I'm too cute, right? I mean, these heels was so cute. And child, let me tell you what, I was working. Next thing I had broke the heel on the shoe. Broke the heel on the shoe, right? Now, I'm not saying these shoes was cheap because I don't know if they was cheap or not. I just know I broke the heel. And I was what? 17, 18 years old. And I don't know how I did that. I also know as I've gotten older, because I love me some heels, y'all. I love some heels. But I will wear down a heel if it's a cheap heel. Okay? I cannot wear cheap shoes. I don't know what it is about my feet. My feet just don't like it. They be like, go ahead, throw them back. Them ain't for you. Okay? I'm a thicker girl. I told y'all. And I love heels. So I have to have a good pair of heels that know how to hold me up. Okay? And so I don't buy cheap shoes. If that's something that you do, that's you. Just let you know how my feet set up. We can't do the cheap heels. Okay? The number 7 thing that I don't buy cheap is mattresses. I do not play with a mattress, y'all. Okay? My bed is comfortable. It is comfortable. Do you hear me? I made sure that this bed was going to be great just because my bed is, I don't have a king size bed, but this is a king. Okay? I look at my bed as a king. Okay? I got to sleep in this thing every single night. And I don't want to have no back problems, no problems, period. So I don't play when it comes to my mattresses, okay? And mattress was number 7, but number 8 is sheets. Y'all, look, let me tell you what. I got to get the highest of thread count sheets, okay? They have to be good, okay, with the T, all right? And so I like to make sure that I have some good, comfortable sheets on my bed, on my good mattress, just because I like to be comfortable. When I had a hard day's work, or if I just want to lay down and really relax, I got to make sure that my bed, my sheets, they all together. And the number 9 thing is comforters and duvets, because I'm a duvet girl now. These next couple of things is just gonna fall in line with the bed. And so my mattress, my sheets, my comforter, my duvet, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw pillows in there. You just can't play around with cheap pillows. Cheap pillows, cheap comforters, cheap sheets, all of those things. When you get cheap, you end up purchasing more. And you're like, Dad, why am I purchasing so much? When you go ahead and pay the money that you need to pay for them, in that setting, just like right there, I said in that setting, in that sitting, like whenever you're going to go get these things, if you pay the money that you need to pay for it, you'll be good. You won't be re-ing up on sheets every other month or every 3 months, every 4 months. Like I've had the same sheets that's on my bed just because I paid some money for these things. Okay. I've had them for a year. Okay. A year. And I switch between these. I have some other ones that are pretty good as well. And also like my comforter and my duvet and my pillows. When I got good pillows, I realize I don't have to keep replacing them. So I don't buy none of that stuff for cheap. Okay. So we on number 10. The number 10 thing that I don't buy cheap is sofas. Y'all, it's important to me to have a good sturdy sofa because I like entertaining. I like having company. I love for me and my children to be able to all be on the sofa, fall asleep on it if we want to, and get up in the morning and go back to our beds. Like I like for us to be able to have a good movie night and fall asleep and be right there. So that means that I have to have a good sofa. Like currently my sofa right now, anybody that then sat on it will tell you is bomb. Okay? It's all down. All down. Like who you down? Do you hear me? Okay, down feathers are the softest, y'all. My sofa is a down sofa. I wanted to make sure that thing was comfortable. So when my company comes over, with me and my family, me and my children, when we're just sitting on it, we are all comfortable. Okay, so I don't play around with sofas. I just don't. Because if you do, if you have people sitting on it, you get a cheap one, it's going to rip, it's going to do all type of stuff. You just don't need that in your life, okay? So the number 11 thing that I don't buy cheap is knives, okay? Y'all probably wondering, what's knives? Knives, okay? I just pronounce it knives, okay? You do not want to buy cheap knives because then they'll be dull. You won't be able to cut nothing. You'll be getting rid of them things as fast as you bought them, okay? So you want to make sure you pay the money that you need to pay to get you some good knives, okay? The number 12 thing that I don't purchase cheap is dishwashing liquid. Okay. I don't play when it comes to dishes. Okay. We eat off dishes. That's our mouth. Okay. That we eat with dishes. I want to make sure that I got a good dish detergent because all my dishes, they go in the dishwasher. Okay. I didn't get old enough to love a dishwasher now. Yeah. I don't particularly wash dishes no more. That ain't the thing that I do. I'm not too good for washing a dish. I'm just telling you, if the place that I have has a dishwasher, it's being used. And I have to get a good dishwashing liquid to ensure that them dishes are clean. I don't want nothing that's going to be just like water. I need to make sure something's sterile. It got some soap on it. You know, COVID is still going on. I got to make sure my stuff, look, all of my stuff has to be clean. Very clean, which goes into the number 13 thing, detergent. You have to make sure that you have a good detergent. You don't want a water detergent. You want to make sure you knocking off all the dirts and all of the stains and everything else that you get on your clothes. So I don't play around when it comes to detergent. And the number 14 thing is garbage bags. I like to make sure that I have good garbage bags because I tried to buy cheap garbage bags and it just like all the garbage just opened up. Like I guess I had put too much stuff in there, right? And then the whole garbage bag just tore. So I was like, nope, I learned my lesson. So I'll get me some good hefties, okay? Good hefty bag. Or I'll say this. Nah, I'll still get hefty. I had to think about it for a second. I'm like, do I buy them cheap? Nope, I don't even get the generics. Nope, I still get them. All right, so just to keep you, up to date, we're talking about the 24 things that I don't buy cheap, and we are on number 15. And so the 15th thing that I don't buy cheap is kitchen appliances, y'all. I have learned so many lessons when it comes to kitchen appliances. Like I'm old enough to know, and I like to cook too. Okay, so I've bought cheap griddles before, cheap conventional ovens, I've had cheap appliances before, cheap microwaves. And what happens with cheap stuff? It goes out. And I've had that happen. And I was just like, nope, not doing that again. This is the thing though. There are going to be, especially during Christmas time, normally for like Black Friday sales, there's so many different things that you can get for cheap, right? I'm not going to knock those things. I just know, especially because you're able to get those things for cheap. So like when I say griddles, like normally you can get like, say, griddles, waffle makers, blenders, all those things for like $10 to $20. Very cheap during the holiday. The thing is, you just got to be ready for when it goes out. That's all I'm saying. That's the reason why I don't buy those things cheap. Okay. Number 16, I don't buy cheap butter. Okay. I am a Kerrygold butter girl. Okay. I pays the money. My butter costs like $5 just for like a stick because it's good. And I want to make sure I love a good butter. Y'all, I just do. It's something about it. It makes the food taste better. It's just a preference of mine. I understand this. I understand what I like. and I like what I like. So I want to make sure that I get exactly what it is that I like. Because I've had the cheaper ones and didn't like it. Didn't taste like nothing. I might as well not even had the thing on me. Had the butter at all. Okay. And then I don't want to buy margarine. How many of y'all grew up eating like margarine? It's plastic. Did y'all know that? Plastic. You was putting plastic in your body. Okay. That's what margarine is. And that's the cheap butter for the most part. Okay. So that's my number 16 thing. And then going into number 17, I don't buy cheap meat. Y'all, I just don't. I don't. I don't buy cheap meat, cheap seafood, like stuff like that. And you probably wondering, like, what you mean by cheap? I don't buy from like discount stores, things like that. Like it has to be from a good store, like a market type store. Like I want to make sure that I got good, especially if I'm eating meat, it got to be a good meat. Okay. I like all my meat good. Okay. Take it how you want. All right. And so number 18 is candles. Y'all, I like a good candle. I am a candle girl. Let me tell you what. Bath and Body Works, they get all of my business when it comes to candles. I like their candles. And their candles, for the most part, I wouldn't even call them. So, like, I don't go, like, expensive, but I don't go, like, dollar store candles. Like, I have to get, like, a Bath and Body Work type candle. Something like that, just because I like my candle to have a smell. And, you know, when you buy cheap candles, they don't smell like nothing. You light it up and it's nothing. Okay, so I can't like get like candles from Ross and stuff like that. Like I get them, they're good to look at. They good to be like centerpieces and things like that, but they don't smell like nothing. And I like my candles to have a smell. Okay, so number 19 thing, y'all can probably relate with this. Toilet tissue. Okay, no. Oh, child, let me tell you what, my butt only gets the best. Okay, toilet tissue, when you buy that cheap. Now, I've done this before, and I got checked by my friends. Okay, you know I got my friend circle, right? So China was over here and she was just like, what is this ply of tissue that you got? I tried to buy some cheap toilet tissue from Costco. I tried and it was the worst. It's the worst. And I was trying to make it work too because toilet tissue costs, especially when you get the good brands. Okay. And so I realized I can't get cheap toilet tissue. I tried it. But let me tell you what, my friends came over here and they all checked me. Shoot, I think it was all three of them actually. I can't remember who exactly called me out on it, but it was bad. Okay. And I realized in that moment, I had to throw all the tissue away and went and got some more. And I realized the difference when I was able to get some more because I grew up with cheap toilet tissue, right? We used to have Scott's. Right. And that was just what we used. And I was just so used to that. And I was just thinking, oh, everything's fine. No, I got checked. And then when I saw the difference in the other toilet tissues, I was like, oh, this is better. This feels better. Okay. All right. I think we on number 20. Number 20, laptops. Y'all, I can't get a cheap laptop. Reason why I say you can't get a cheap laptop is because number one, they don't have enough RAM or storage or anything for the things that you need to do in the first place. They're going to be slow. They're not going to be what you need them to be. So I've just realized, why not just pay the money for a good laptop in the beginning and then we be good to go. Okay. So number 21, we almost finished with the list, y'all. Number 21, tattoos. Child, you do not want a cheap tattoo on your body. It's going to be there. It's permanent. So you want to make sure if you get a tattoo, you get you a good tattoo artist. So save up all the coins that you need because it's going to be worth it in the end because these bad tattoo artists is out there. The color that they put on you gonna fade. It ain't gonna look like nothing. So get you a good tattoo artist. Shout out to my tattoo artist, Ryan Henry, out in Chicago. Ryan and I went to the same high school and we're on the same cheerleading team. Good times we've had. And so I knew that when I wanted my tattoos, I said, that's who I'm going to because his tattoos are bomb. I needed a cover up. I knew his work was good and y'all, it was dope. So please, tattoos, make sure you get you a good tattoo artist, okay? What number we on? Number 22. Y'all, I do not do cheap insurance. I just don't. No cheap insurance over here. Go ahead and keep that. I have to have good insurance. Just because when something happened, anything happened that require insurance, I got to make sure that they able to pay it out. Okay? So no cheap insurance over here. Make sure you do your research on insurances. Make sure that you understand. Don't just go for cheap. Okay, I know we be looking for cheap insurance policies. I get that. But you want to make sure that that insurance company as a whole is reputable and you will be able to get your payout if something were to happen, if you needed to make any claims. Okay. So number 23 is cars, y'all. I do not buy cheap cars. I just don't. I don't. I don't. I've done it before. Remember, I've had the experiences, y'all. I've done it before. It didn't work out. So I make sure I give myself a good car. Okay. I make sure it's something that's running. For the most part, I like a not new, but I was about to say gently used, but that ain't what they call them. Certified used vehicle. I like certified used vehicles. Okay. And the last thing that I don't buy cheap, the 24th thing, is TVs. I do not play with getting cheap TVs because this is what'll happen. They'll go out, they have the lines, they'll do all of this stupid stuff that you just don't need. And so that's my list, y'all. I know I've been talking. So those are the 24 things that I don't buy cheap. I'm going to have a list of all these items on my IG page. If you're not following the podcast page, it's at mindfully_rich_podcast on IG. That is my social media of choice at the moment. I'll let y'all know when I get onto the other ones because I just can't handle it. I'm a one woman team at this moment. Okay. IG is where it's at for me right now. Okay. Follow me on IG. All right, y'all. You know that we have, and I always say we just because I consider y'all to be a part of the tribe, the Mindfully Rich tribe. And so currently I have the Mindfully Rich podcast $5,000 savings challenge going on. And so today, if you're listening today, February 19th, Friday, February 19th, your deposit of, how much is that due for today? $75 is due today if you're on the $5,000 path. And then $37.50 is your deposit if you're on the $2,500 path. I created two paths for the savings challenge just to make sure that everybody will get a chance to participate. And so you have the $5,000 savings path and the $2,500 savings path. And so after today, after your deposits today, if you're on the $5,000 savings path, you should have $375 saved up. And if you're on the $2,500 savings path, you should have $187.50. So the reason why I created this savings challenge is because I want y'all to flex y'all savings muscle. I just want y'all to get in the spirit of saving. Saving money is so important. And so go back to episode 37 so you can hear all of the details about the savings challenge if you need some motivation. I'm hoping that everybody's saving. I hear good things. I get DMs. Everyone's letting me know how they're doing. So people are letting me know that they're catching up as well. And so I hope that all is going well. Share this with your friends, your family, just because saving money is so important, y'all. I know we like to spend, but we got to save for the things that we want, things that are coming up in the future, and then that just in case. You always got to have money just in case. And so we are moving into week 8 with the savings challenge. And so next week's deposits on Friday, February 26th is going to be $130 if you're on the $5,000 savings path, and it's going to be $65 if you're on the $2,500 savings path. And so all of the deposits, they fluctuate. So some are going to be high, some are going to be low. Okay, so go back, look at my IG page. I have all of the deposits listed there. So that way, if you've missed one and if you need to look ahead to see what are those deposits going to be, I have it listed on my IG page. And once again, my IG page is at mindfully_rich_podcast. Okay, check me out. All right, y'all. Don't forget, listen. Share. Information that I be dropping. Valuable, and I appreciate y'all listening. Make sure that you subscribe on your listening platform and write a review. That's my new thing. Write a review. Stop right now. Write a review. Especially if you like listening to the podcast. You know, so far I have so many great reviews, and I was just like, oh my God, they love it. So keep letting everyone know that you're listening to the podcast, y'all. I'm trying to take over the world. I'm on my pinky and the brain stuff right now. Okay, so please write write your review, subscribe to the podcast, and keep listening and sharing the episodes. And so, y'all, I want to make sure that y'all live life mindfully, intentionally, and on purpose. And until next time, when I hit y'all with another one.